Hello everyone, I'm Courtney Claycomb and I am the Visual Information Intern with the Friends of Flight 93. And today I will be sharing with you all what it's like working in the National Park Service, a description of my internship, all the things that I have accomplished, and my expectation. And today's video, I really hope that all of you, or at least some of you, will take something away from this video and maybe learn something new about the National Park Service. There's a lot that we all don't know until you get involved, right? So I hope you learned something new. So come along, it's gonna be great. And it is a very cold day. I have visitors who are always asking, is it always this windy? Is it always this cold? Yeah, it really is. So always come prepared and bundle up because it's chilly unless you can handle the cold. First off, I graduated from the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown with a bachelor's in multimedia and digital culture. And for short, we call it the MMDC program. And within this evolving field, the MMDC program allows students to explore electronic media, new media, digital humanities, and creative media. So it's a lot of cool stuff. Students also get to sharpen their communication skills through speaking and writing, along with understanding how our language is shaped by today's technology. Students will also get to manipulate various forms of digital media, along with exploring theoretical context of our digital culture that we live in today. And as a multimedia graduate and Flight 93 National Memorial Visual Information Intern, I have applied all of those skills and experience from college right here at this beautiful National Memorial. And instead of telling you what I did, I am going to show you what I did, because a lot of really cool stuff has happened here. Got this really cool Tower of Voices right here, and usually if I have a shift at the Tower of Voices, I talk to visitors, answer any questions that they may have, and yeah, that's usually that. It's really nice. Wow, today you can hear the chimes play. I am going to take a minute to pause and give a brief description of my internship. First, the title of my internship is Visual Information. In the National Park Service, there is a Visual Information Specialist position. Please also keep in mind that there are other occupations such as Public Affairs Specialist, a Curator, a Natural Resource Manager, IT Specialist, and the list goes on. For this internship, I was required to work 40 hours each week, including some weekends. The only weekend I really had to work was September 11th, and I really enjoyed the event. There was a lot to take in. As the Flight 93 intern, I was expected to work with the Division of Interpretation and Visitor Services, along with the Office of Visual and Public Information. Overall, I worked with park rangers, a few interns, and of course, the public. There were a handful of duties to be performed, such as working with the public, doing research, and providing assistance to visitors at various stations around the memorial. For example, I would have a shift at the Memorial Plaza or the Visitor Center. I would welcome visitors and inform them with new information and clear direction. I have also worked on photography and videography projects for the 20th Observance, their Story Lives Here series, and for Flight 93 website. I also collaborated with Ranger Katie and SCA Daniel for our social media plan. I also composed and edited images and videos that were used on the website along with our social media platforms. I created infographics, which is actually called Wayside in the National Park Service, or informational panels. I designed other materials using Adobe graphic program. Please keep in mind, when a company does pay for a certain software for their employees to use, you are most likely going to use it. Most companies don't use Canva, for example. So you're better off learning how to use these other graphic programs. In the long run, using Adobe and learning how to use it correctly will give you a final high quality product compared to Canva, for example. I also tracked social media engagement, like what posts are performing well. In the National Park Service, there are many rules to follow when using all social media platforms. Lastly, I worked on organizing our website, and there's still a lot of organization that needs to happen. In the National Park Service, they have their own template that you work with. It is mostly different from Wix, Squarespace, and other website developer or builder, but it's really neat. Alrighty, I'm going to show you a few more things I've done here at Flight 93. Right now I am showing an example of the 20th anniversary program that I designed using Adobe InDesign and Photoshop, and I got to work with Laurel Valley Graphics on getting these printed out, and they are one of my favorites. Here is another program that I did for an event that were for first responders and investigators of September 11th. So it was another one of my favorites. And then here I got to work at the Johnstown magazine. Arlene, editor of Johnstown magazine, came out with this lovely woman that I had to photograph, and one of my photographs made it on the front cover. And then here I also have the presentation folder that I designed. I still wish it was a little bit better, but I still had really fun with it. And then these are just a few more samples of the 20th anniversary programs I also designed. They just haven't made it to the final products, but I had like 20 other samples. And then here I also got to update the newsletter banner for the Friends of Flight 93. That was really fun as well. And then this was another one of my favorite projects I got to work on. I didn't get to update the Junior Ranger handbook, but I kind of got to create one very similar to it that I worked with Park Ranger Dave. He wanted me to kind of recreate a packet for the scouts and other students that come out. So that was really fun. And then these are just a few other signs that I made for Flight 93 that a lot of visitors are seeing every day. So these were also some of my other favorite projects that I got to work on. And lastly, here I have a Junior Ranger program advertisement that we had for a Windmaster. Now that I've shown you everything and a little bit of the memorial, I hope all of you, or at least some of you, enjoyed this and learned something new. Remember to walk into any new job or internship with a positive attitude, an open mind, and be willing to challenge yourself. Be a go-getter and work hard. People like working with people who have great energy, even if you're quiet like me or talkative like others. I was given a quote from a teacher that said, "We always change every day. We change for the worse or we change for the better. Choose better, even when life gets complicated. Until next time, keep grinding, be respectful, and never stop learning. Whether you choose to work in the National Park Service or somewhere else, just be a great person. You are human, so be kind to yourself and always remember to be kind to everyone around you.